to episode 25 of Behind the Shield. Today we are joined by Spartan men's golfer Luke Fayocavitz. Hello again, everybody. Scott Geis joining you for another episode of Behind the Shield. Today we get to touch base with our Spartan senior golfer. Luke certainly had a tremendous amount of experience, one of the Spartans' most experienced golfers coming in for his senior year. We'll talk to him about losing the chance to defend their CAC championship last spring, and now what it's like to lose the fall campaign. Still looking forward, though, to a strong spring season if they're able to play. So after this commercial break, Luke Fayocavitz. Welcome back to episode 25 of Behind the Shield. Luke Fayocavitz is with us today, York College men's golfer. Luke, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
After a little bit of technical difficulty, we're all squared away and ready to go here. So I got to ask you the first question. What have you been up to during the last couple months? And certainly now that it's summertime, it's nice to get away and have some relaxing time. You were just on vacation, and thanks for joining us coming straight back from that. But what have you been doing the last couple months?
When we first got into quarantine, brother and sister were home, which is nice to have. They live down in Florida, but we were playing board games, going back to the old. We had board game nights like we used to when we were younger. But just trying to play golf, stay with the sport as much as possible, because it's easy to lose sight during quarantine of what you're really trying to do, especially as a student athlete. So just trying to stick with it, keep the diet going and everything.
Now, do you have the ability to practice? Like, do you have a net at home? Do you have an area where you can, at least hit some wedge shots or stuff? Or are you reliant on getting to a course to be able to practice?
I typically rely on a course, but thankfully, not every sport can do what we do, right? We could separate while we're hitting golf balls. So we could social distance while we're doing it. So I've been able to go to a driving range, but recently, actually in the last week, they just closed down again because a couple of the members and some of the workers there had COVID, so I just try to get to the course as much as possible.
How much have you been able to play this summer in terms of actually getting out on the course and being able to play some rounds?
I've played a lot. I haven't been able to compete as much, and as athletes, the biggest thing is competing, because the two different animals, practice and competition, that are very, very different. So I haven't been able to compete as much, but I've been able to get out and play a lot. So I feel like when we could start the school season again, I'll be up and running and ready.
Now, you talk about competing and practice. The round that I go and play are dramatically different than the competitive round that you guys play. Let everybody know a little bit, like, what are some of the difference? Is it the adrenaline that gets going a little bit more? Is it, what are some of the differences for you from a regular practice round to, a competitive round in a tournament?
Yeah. There's two big things that I could think of. And the biggest part is putting pressure on yourself, because you're there, you're competing you're not only for yourself, but you're competing for the team. So you want to not only let yourself down, but don't let your teammates down. But also when you're practicing, you practice so much, you know what you can do. And so when you go to a competition and the performance doesn't show up, you kind of beat yourself down. But just the added pressure of like all the practice that you're doing, it comes down to this one or two rounds, and you know what you can do. So you just want to perform like you could.
So let's go back to last spring. Obviously, you guys had just gotten back from Savannah, played, had a pretty good tournament, had
Yep.
really a pretty good fall as well.
Yeah.
You're all excited to play your last year in the CAC and defend your title, and then all of a sudden, like that, the season ends. How hard was that for you guys, not only you as an individual, but as a team? Because you had a lot of promise heading into next year, heading into last year with the CAC championship. Talk a little bit about what that was like to kind of have the rug yanked out from underneath you.
Yeah. Since I've been at York this last season, the team that we had, the team camaraderie was the best I've ever experienced since we were there. So I was really looking forward to not only, like you said, as an individual, but going as a team and see what we could do. And I thought even if we weren't the best team there, I thought we had the best team camaraderie, and we were able to take some teams down if we just stuck to what we were doing and practicing for the whole year. So it kind of stunk because we knew there was so much potential. But like I said, we got one more year, hopefully. So hopefully we could be the first team in the MAC to take a conference championship.
You go back now you fast forward it to this year. You're getting ready to come back for the fall. You're excited. You're playing in tournaments. You're getting ready to go, and then all of a sudden, boom, the fall gets canceled. Is it hard to keep kind of a positive attitude knowing that you only essentially you only have so many competitions left as a college athlete? How hard is it to find out that you lost part of the fall?
It stunk, but like I said earlier, just got to make sure I keep focusing on what is to come. So I want even though we lost the fall, I want the spring to be my strongest season I've ever had. So I bummed out, but I'm just trying to keep looking forward to what I have coming up and knowing that I could do something special in the spring.
Does it make it easier knowing that you have great, you talked about the team camaraderie. Well, you guys are probably going to spend a lot of time together this fall, whether it be practicing or in the weight room or whatever, Coach Boslow has devised for you for the fall. Will it make it easier to go through it knowing you're all going through it together?
Absolutely. Yeah. And like I said, I'm dying to get back. When we found out we were at least going back to school, I was thrilled because I just want to go back with those guys. It's the best. I've been playing sports my entire life, and nothing compares to college sports. Just you're going at it every day, and you're with the same people, and you just make such strong connections. So it will make it easier knowing that we're all together. But hopefully, like I said.
Yeah, I think we all just want to be back together. I think that's the big thing, whether it's you walking by my office and saying hi or just, just seeing in the hallway. So there's no question that's one thing I think everybody's looking forward to. As we move into the MAC, you play against a lot of these schools anyhow in our local tournaments. What's your feelings going in the MAC? Do you like our chances heading in?
I love our chances going in. I'm hoping, especially this spring, we'll be able to make another trip to nationals. That was the best tournament I've ever played in since I started golfing. But I looked at the teams in the MAC, and I look where we stand. And I think if we just go do what we know we can do, play solid golf, I think we'll be able to pull a win out.
Talk about the NCAA tournament, the opportunity to win a conference championship and then go play in the tournament. What was that like to get that opportunity to be able to see what the national championship's all about?
It was cool. It started off even just how we got there. They flew us out to where we were, and just that in itself is an experience. I've never flown to a golf tournament, but like I said, we're with the same people. We go out, we're playing against the best teams in the country, and you're on the putting green, you look around and you see 60 other teams. I've never seen that many people on a golf course before. And it was special. It was cool. They had like a little opening ceremony. It was just, you could tell it was a different atmosphere.
Does that motivate you to want to get back there? Obviously, you're gonna have to draw some motivation this fall internally because you're not competing. But does that motivate you to want to just be able to put yourselves in position not only as an individual but also as a team to return?
Yeah, and like I said, most of the guys on the team now didn't have that experience because they're some of our younger players and newer players. And so, I mean, me and Matt Chalupa, our other senior, we keep telling them we got to work as hard as we can to get back there because that's something, an experience that you'll never forget. And so, like I said, not only as an individual, you want to try to get those younger guys that we've made such strong connections with that opportunity as well.
How you talked the camaraderie was so good. what makes the York College golf culture so good? You know, Coach Boslow does a fantastic job with you guys, both the men and the women. You know, he talked about culture yesterday when I got a chance to talk to him. What makes that culture so important and so special?
Thankfully, we all just got along when we came in. It wasn't, and I think everybody's on the same page. That's probably the biggest part. We all know what we want to do, where we want to go. I mean, when we go to practice, we are constantly growing each other, trying to beat each other, this and that. Like, we're very competitive, but as soon as we step off the golf course, we go down, go to our apartments, make dinner. And so it's just, we're good at separating the competition part from the friends part. We don't let it interfere. I'd say that's probably the biggest part.
How different is it for you to go from being a freshman and sophomore who played a lot to being that senior, you know, the senior, you're one of two seniors now, all of a sudden it's boom, you know, your career goes by in a flash. But how is it different for you to be a senior this year in terms of kind of getting those younger kids and kind of dragging them along with you?
I wouldn't say it's necessarily different, but like you said, you have the experience now, and so you're just trying to help them because you know you understand how fast it goes now. Everybody, when you come in as a freshman, you're like, oh, it flies by, and you're like, yeah. And then here we go. Here's 4 years by, and you're a senior. So I just try to help them understand what I've learned, the mistakes I've made, and how to help them.
So let's turn the page academically. Your sport management major. What are some of the things that you're looking forward to doing post graduation?
So I plan on moving down with my brother and sister in Florida. There's an open room in their apartment there, and I know the head pro at Falcons Fire, the golf course right across. So that's where I'm going to try to do my internship in the spring. Hopefully, I get to do the internship. But I plan on moving down there and see where I could go head pro. Just see what I could do in the golf industry. Not quite sure yet, but I know I'll be in the golf industry.
Nothing wrong with that. That's certainly during quarantine, golf courses have become quite, even if they weren't popular before, they certainly are now. So,
yeah.
Luke, we want to thank you for taking the time to join us. Certainly appreciate it. Can't wait to see you guys back. Can't wait to see you guys competing again. Talk to Coach, and hopefully we're going to have a home tournament or two come springtime, and we'll get a chance. Yeah, we'll get a chance to get out there and see you play. So thanks for joining us, and enjoy the rest of your summer.
Awesome. Thank you again for having me.
All right. Take care, Luke.
Well.
Okay.
At York College, we are proud of the fact that we have over 30 cultures and 30 countries represented among our campus community. We not only are proud of that fact, we celebrate the unique perspective and differences that each and every person on this campus brings to us. So on behalf of all of us at York College, I want you to know that you are welcomed here.
Tu eres bienvenido aquí. Vous êtes bien reçu ici. You're very welcome here.
You are welcome here.
You are welcome here.
Você está bem-vindo aqui.
You are welcome here.
You are welcome here.
You are welcome here.
You're welcome here.
معكم رقية آل الشيخ من كلية يورك في بنسلفانيا. أنتم مرحب بكم هنا. We are welcome.
From day one at York College of Pennsylvania, you are welcome here.
We want to thank Luke for taking the time to talk to us today. Certainly great to catch up with him, and excited to see that he is ready, rip-roaring and ready to get back to campus and then get back on the golf course with his teammates and at least practice this fall and do some things. But he's also been competing this summer. So great to catch up with him. We will return on Thursday with Jordan Kohler, women's golfer, as we will talk to her and get her thoughts on last year and what's coming up for the Spartan women's golf team. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and go Spartans.